so as we look at senolytics in like animal models, where are we seeing the lift, I guess,
Yeah.
in terms of therapeutics?
Yeah. So in the animal models, and again, I think you have to be a little bit careful about drawing parallels with animal models. But I think certainly the P16 depleted mouse. So there's a mouse where they basically engineered a kill switch for senescence. So you can basically take all the senescent cells out. That mouse lives about 25% longer. Whether
Wow.
or
So
not
just
that will translate into people, again, this is one of my sort of things about you're trying to infer things from an animal that lives 3 years and apply them to an animal that lives 90 years. So and we are
Yeah.
different, but
well,
I think there are definitely some insights that you can get from this. And I think you will see some knock on lifespan, but I think the impact on health span and on your chances of getting something nasty as you age are going to be much bigger.
yeah, no, and one of the foundational things in this longevity space is intermittent fasting based on
Yeah.
a Canada study, right? So looking at Canada that were starved and I think it was an exactly 25% longer lifespan that they had. And so everyone's like, oh, well, if it's good enough for a fungus, it's good enough for us. But we are not just more complicated fungi, right? So many other processes
We
and
don't
things
quite know what
involved.
fungi are, actually. I mean, they're something completely different to anything else we've seen. But I mean, the calorific restriction, you do see that in rodents, you do see that in other mammals. I think there's some data coming out in non-human primates now. And there is a body of evidence actually in people that you are seeing some restoration of some pretty key health pathways from intermittent fasting.
Yeah. No, but it's just interesting, like, so animals are not just little humans, right? And
No.
I think the point and interesting, I mean, the IF data, the intermittent fasting data is interesting, but the point is that you can't necessarily relate animal studies to the biology of humans, right? And
No.
so it's so much more complex, but at least it's a thought-provoking experiment, right? Like it's
Of
like,
course.
oh,
And
I wonder if that happens in us too.
of course, and there are things that I mean, for complete transparency, my academic labs are completely animal free, because I think the best test organism for human disease is humans. But that does obviously impose limitations. We do a lot of population work, a lot of sort of molecular epidemiology, that sort of thing. But I think you've got to look at these things holistically. And I think no system is ever going to give you a perfect answer. And I think you have to use all of the tools at your disposal to be able to unpick the biology.